We're going to evaluate the limit as x approaches 1 of sine of pi x divided by x minus 1. Now to do that, we'll need the following two results. The first is a trig identity. Sine of a plus b is equal to sine of a times cosine of b plus sine of b times cosine of a. And the second result we're going to need is limit as z approaches 0 of sine of z over z is equal to 1. Now this was shown in an earlier video in the limit section. The first in this limit, as x approaches 1, the numerator approaches sine of pi, which is 0, and denominator approaches 1 minus 1, which is also 0. Now that is an indeterminate form, and it tells us we must try something else other than plugging in 1 for x. So let's make the following substitution. Let y equal to x minus 1. As x approaches 1, we note that y approaches 0, and solving for x is equal to y plus 1. So we want to next rewrite this limit in terms of variable y, and this will look like this. It's going to be limit as y approaches 0. We have sine in the numerator of pi x, but x is y plus 1, so we put that in parentheses, divided by x minus 1, which is y, and this can be rewritten as limit as y approaches 0 of sine of pi y plus pi divided by y. Now let's apply that trig identity. We'll treat pi y here as a and treat pi here as b. So this is equal to the limit using the trig identity as y goes to 0, sine of pi y times cosine of pi plus sine of pi times cosine of pi y, and this is divided by y. Now note that sine of pi is 0 and cosine of pi is minus 1. So sine of pi times cosine of pi y, that product will be 0. And now our limit, what remains, looks like this. We have a minus in front of the limit, so minus limit y approaches 0 of sine of pi y divided by y. Now to finish this up, let's multiply the numerator and denominator by pi over pi. The top pi and then the pi in the numerator can be factored out. So this is minus pi times the limit y goes to 0 of sine of pi y divided by pi y. Now what we are going to do next, make another substitution. Let's call z pi y. As y approaches 0, so does z, and we can rewrite now the limit as minus pi times the limit z approaches 0 of sine of z over z. Of course, that's result number 2. This limit is 1, and our final answer is minus pi. So to summarize, the limit in variable x as x approaches 1 of sine of pi x divided by x minus 1, this limit is equal to minus pi. For more videos